Back now at Tim's barn. Tim's had a pretty good run. We won with Captain's Maid. We were second with Argento and then sold him. I'll Play It Alone was second, just beat a Snout. Stonebridge Simba's been racing good. So let's get right into it. First off, we've Captain's Maid. Captain's Maid drew poorly on tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, drew poorly. No, yeah, tomorrow. Captain's Maid's got the 9-hole in the maiden. Now I've talked to the racetrack at the Meadows, and they're going to start carting 2-year-old events for non-winners of 2 and so on and so forth. In the past, at least this year, they only carted a 2-year-old maiden. Once you're out of that maiden, then you're in the Shark Tank. You're in with the straight non-winners of 1, which is too tough for her. Beach Boutique was second in 54 in that class, so little much to ask for a 2-year-old pacing filly. Tomorrow we will ask for a little bit. She does have the 9-hole though, so I suspect it should be raced accordingly. I'll Play It Alone race great last week. Again, I'm not going to be there. I don't know who's driving him this week. I guess I could have now that Bowling Green's changed. Anyway, I'll Play It Alone is going to race tomorrow afternoon, I believe, in Pennsylvania. Stonebridge Simba also is racing tomorrow at, I could be wrong. This could be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. They are in. How's that? Stonebridge Simba also is in to go this week. Aaron's going to drive him again. Sunshine's Finest. Now, there's been a lot of issues floating around with Sunshine's Finest. What do we do with Sunshine's Finest? He can't do in the straight class here. We're putting him in the condition claimer. They didn't split it, and they didn't use it the way we needed it to this week. He's going to be entered for the following Monday. Now, Ian, one of our clients, had sent me an email, said, we got to get this horse back to Ontario. The problem is they're not writing that class in Ontario full time. James had told me point blank, he can't do in there right now. They're going too much when they do fill, and they don't fill all the time. So you're running into the same place. We're going to put them on a truck and ship them somewhere else where you're going to run into the same problems. Tough class in the straight condition. And even in Ontario, a very tough class in the condition claimer. James said, if you ship them back, you ship them back. But I don't think you'd ship them back thinking you're going to the winner's circle with them, because that is not an easy class, and it does not fill all the time. So for now, he's going to stay right here. If we have another class to race him in another place, fine. We can also put the horse up for sale. And there's a lot of people attached to Sunshine's Finest, but at the end of the day, every day is a new day. And if we can't find a place to race this horse on a frequent basis in a class he's competitive in, then you run into the same argument we had with the 14 horses we sold over the last 3 weeks. Also, Harness AM raced good yesterday. He was third. Just a note, she was third, just beat at the wire for second. Should have been a winner, I thought. Somebody said, you might have come out of the 2-hole quick. Thank you, Greg. To be fair, I came out of the 2-hole playing defense a little bit. And then I talked to Andy McCarthy after. I said, that little move you pulled where you dropped back to the inside of me, there was a time and there was a place when that would not have ended favorably for you. But I'm not going to put him on the run and then get tossed. I really thought at that point I was just going to slide out and she was going to coast by anyway. I felt like a winner when I moved her, and I don't think she should have got beat, but she's not on. She's good right now. I thought she was a little better. The mud might have played a role. It could have been a million reasons, but at the end of the day, she was a first place horse that finished third, beat a nose for second, but still raced well. Certainly didn't race as well as Path of Totality. She really took the bull by the horns the other day. A big mile she cut out. And just a freak that really shouldn't have been in the Stallion Series by the looks of it, came and cleared us. Had that horse not been in there, I would have been free and clear the whole third quarter to just let her saunter along. I'm almost positive they don't beat her at all had that happened. But nevertheless, she was a well-raced and a hard-fought third. I was very, very happy with Path of Totality. Just For Me and You is going to make her first start with hobbles. Wouldn't that be great here in Ohio if we could just add the hobbles? That's what we're doing with Just For Me and You. In Pennsylvania, it's different. You can just call the race office, but when you enter the horse into race and say, I'm racing this horse with hobbles on, or I'm taking them off, right? I'm a lovely lady. In Ontario, we can't do that either, so it's certainly not a dig on Ohio. New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, I don't know about Indiana, but I know those 3 jurisdictions you can. In Ontario, you cannot. You have to qualify with them on. Ohio's a little less strict. It's your last charted line. That's why we were allowed to race her in Bowling Green after the stake draw and still wear hobbles, which I liked. It was a good idea. It's looking like less of an idea right now. So, but back to Just For Me and You. She's going to race her first start with her trot and hobbles on ever on Wednesday. I can't be there to drive her. I'm going to drive Sebastian Yu, and then I have to come back to Northfield So I'm going to warm up. I told Tim I could go with just for me and you, just to make sure things are all right with her, and then they could race her. Sebastian Yu, as I just said, I'll be driving him. I'm going there specifically to drive him on Wednesdays, dropping down a class. We had some vet work done on him. I suspect he'll be good on Wednesday. Beach Boutique is racing Monday, Tuesday. She's in to go also. Dave Pallone's on her, I believe. She should be good. She was really good her first start in the maiden. Then they had to race her in the Stallion Series from the outside. Looked like much more of a training trip than anything. Now she's back in where she should and could do some damage, and I suspect she will. Now West 52nd is heading Tim's way, but not until after Wednesday, so I'm going to leave him on Jason's list. Be back in a minute. We still have Kevin, Harry, and Mario to talk about.